Today, we're here to see the brotherhood in dysfunction. And it's really surprising, and it's what I've been saying all my life, that men, they really, really love women, right? And even though they get on here and complain about the women, oh, y'all say we this, or y'all call us sassy, all these things, right? Men still, they take the blame for it. And we're going to watch the angry man and me get into it a little bit. And then the panel turn on me ultimately and start blaming everything on the men and praising the women. Hit the like button, share it, or subscribe if you're new. But yeah, and just for the record, before I start the video, just want to say, right, I've been debating with Angryman and Israel for some time, so I don't mind these little things. They don't bother me, but it just helps me to understand, and I hope whoever hears this video understand that women will eventually dominate men in full capacity soon. Women will be walking around with men on chains soon. It's just the inevitability, and I don't want to see this for men, but it look like they're bowing out gracefully. Even though the women are doing all these I would say very disrespectful things, and they're totally turning the tide, men are eventually and slowly starting to accept it and embrace it to where they're just happy being in her presence. And in turn, the women are getting their demands met. So, and the reason I went after Angryman, because he was talking about how he want to do all these things from the red pill, but he's pro-marriage, right? He talked about all these bad things women do. They do men bad. They talk bad about men. They say they hate men. They say men hate women. There's just a big war going on. But then you turn around and say, get married. Get married to these women that don't like you. Kind of like pushing a message that's contradicting to what's going on these streets. Me, as Ruthless Truth, I'm just going to establish that I'm anti-marriage. So I end the relationship because I just don't think these women are for men. I don't think these women like men. I just don't think women really fuck with men like that. I just don't think so. Yeah, will they have sex with us? Of course, they have sex with a dog. They don't care. Will they take our money and all these things? Yes. But do they actually love men? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that even the men who are married, if they willing to really see if their wife love them, go out and start fucking other bitches, see what happens. Matter of fact, you ain't got to have sex with other women. Just start hanging out with other women and see how long that marriage lasts. See, won't she leave your ass? Welcome to the show. Hit the like button on your way in. We're finna get to the video and see how this is finna get pretty intense.
What's going on, Ruthless? How you doing, man?
So, this black man hate, black women thing is an indictment, right? Because I just believe that black men love black women so much that they worship the ground they walk on. And for women to, after all this belief that black men have shown in them, still claim that we hate them, is just to say that they think we're bad slaves. That's all, right? They think we're not good slaves to invest in. They don't look at us as competent enough to fall enslaved to whatever trap they're trying to lay out. And they don't want us to be leaders in our own right, by our own rights. So it's a conflict of interest, obviously. And, the white man has already been crushed. Asian men has already been crushed, right? Pretty much all the races of men have been crushed by their women, right? Just walking all over them, doing what they want. There's a few black men out here, a few good men out here just standing on principle. And the black women don't like that. They want us to unify just like the white boys and bow to their every need.
Mm. Mm.
You know what, Ruthless? Normally I don't even agree with you a lot, right? But I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I hate to say it, but that seems to be the new trend.
Now here you see them acknowledging, that my claims is correct, right? They're not in disagreement, right? They really ain't saying nothing, but they ain't really coming out and supporting me. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But they're more like trying to figure out. They know I'm right, but they're trying to figure out. Do I have? How did I know? How am I exposing all this? Right? They really kind of. I don't know how they're trying to plan out how they're gonna attack me. That's all.
Think about it. Just the other day, I saw something. Now,
I'll bring my man truck back. All right. Wow. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Likes are free. Who told you I was fornicating? Okay.
So Venus, you're chaste is what you're saying? You're chaste.
She's celibate.
Look, she can sell a bit or buy a bit. It don't make me no difference. At the end of the day, has she ever? That's the question.
Oh.
Has she ever? See, the only way, here's the thing. This is how I know she's been fornicating, right? This is how I know she's been fornicating. Because the only way you're gonna be celibate is if you've already what?
Tried a bit.
You already tried a bit, exactly.
She said again, y'all always talking under somebody. Why you talking about y'all? I ain't talking to no. Y'all always talking under somebody's skirt. Shout out to Venus. Shout out to my
Hey, what did Biggie say? What did Biggie say on Can't You See? You from Brooklyn, you know what Biggie said.
Yes, Angryman. This is the thing. Women, at the end of the day, you can
invent something to be upset about. That's why.
I could agree with that, because their emotions are ever changing, and the way they feel is very unstable. So that can definitely be a grounds for why it's not healthy for men to continually invest long term in these unstable humans.
Well, you think about it. You go back about 70 years, right? The women had less and were happier. And keep in mind, that's not me speculating. They've actually done studies that prove that as time continues to progress on, women are becoming increasingly more unhappy. So it's weird because it's like you had more happiness with less, and you have less happiness with more. But that shouldn't surprise us because.
So, Angryman, here's the question for you. And this is a question for the is and you, because you guys are kind of the same almost. Are you guys pro-marriage then?
Yes, I am.
I am, yeah.
So then, if that means you're pro-marriage, if you're pro-marriage, you have to be pro-woman?
You said what?
Yeah, I'm not against women. What you mean by pro-women? What's your?
It depends on the context.
Wait, hold on, real quick, Cajun. What do you mean by pro-women? When you say pro-women, what does that mean?
Well, I'm saying if you're pro-marriage, right, then you have to be pro-woman. I mean, you can't marry someone that's anti.
Right, but what does pro-woman mean? Like, do you mean like that we like women, that we love women, or that we agree with everything they do? What does pro-women mean?
Or more so that we do. Yeah, that is basically when you say you will marry a woman, you're basically saying you're agreeing with whatever her ideology is, even though
that's not
like it.
No,
because that would be insane, right? So here's the question: wouldn't that be insane Would that be the definition of insanity, right?
No. You're not gonna slide that. No, you're not gonna slide past that. Let us address what you're saying before you jump into something else, because you already said something that's incorrect. What you just said was illogical, because you just said.
So, if you're marrying a woman, if you marry her, you have to embody whatever it is mentally, that's because she's going to express herself, right? She's going to show red flags and all that stuff. And if you say, I want to marry you, you have to be pro her, pro woman. There's just no way around it. You can't be sit here, a woman, and we're here to battle against women and the way they treat men, and then turn around and marry a woman. It would be kind of just a bad look, right? You fighting women, you're married to a woman. It's like kind of you're going against yourself.
If you're pro-marriage, that means you got to be pro-woman. Woman ain't the only one in the marriage.
Right. But so even being pro-woman is not, but doesn't mean that we have to agree with everything that they say or everything that they do, or we have to align with them. That doesn't, I don't understand.
So it makes it, so what this is, and this is the context I'm gonna let y'all respond. If we're up here having these conversations about the inadequacies of women in the dynamic of a relationship form, then we turn around and say, oh, get married. Wouldn't that be telling somebody to walk into a burning house?
No. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. And see.
And that's where, once again, right, if we're up here speaking against women's behaviors, about all the things they're doing, the culture of whatever it is that they're doing, the 304, the prostitution, all these things, right? We're sitting here saying, hey, you guys are no good. Why are you guys doing this? And then on top of that, you guys are shitting on men while you're living your best life. And then you turn around and say, okay, men, go marry him. That don't make no motherfucking sense. Either you with them or you against them. There is no middle ground. It's almost like saying you're trying to adopt a child, right? But you know this child that you can adopt, you see him selling drugs. He's there. He talk pills. He's a shot at people, right? He's known to terrorize a home. And you go and you talk shit about that kid. That shit ain't no good. Fuck, that ain't the type of kid I raise. And then you say, I'll adopt him. So, and now, once again, I do think maybe the one thing that could change someone might be why they want to take on this type of problem. But the bottom line is, this is something that's not changing. It's something you can't change, right? You can't change people. Nobody has the ability to do that. So you have to reap what you sow. So if you call women feminists and call women problems and then turn around and marry them, you have to succumb to what it is that they believe.
See,
I wouldn't go that far, bro.
See, here's the thing, Ruthless. Here's the thing, bro. The type of ideology that y'all brothers be having, every time I critique women from a balanced, sound perspective, they take me and they put me in the same boat with y'all when y'all be saying stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't
And what you just said is utterly ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. Number one, you said with the inadequacies of women. What is this thing where y'all think a woman has to be perfect in order for you to marry her?
And that's where, once again, that's what Angryman doesn't understand. The inadequacies is that they're the ones saying, men ain't shit. We're divorcing them. We're leaving them. That's where they're inadequate at finishing the journey they signed up for. We're not, see, and that's, and he's going to help make my argument for real.
The woman is not going to be perfect. Wait, listen to what I'm saying. The woman is perfect. You're not going to be perfect. That's not what marriage is. Marriage is when two people, when a man and a woman get along with each other, are friends with each other, in love with each other, and they are willing to create a union. And within that union, they have to learn how to grow together as one. So neither one of those people are going to be perfect at the offset, and they're not even going to be perfect by the time it's over.
So then you're making my argument, right?
Wait, no. Wait, hold on. Let him finish because I want to hold on real quick. Let him finish because I want to respond. Let him finish real quick.
Okay.
No, he's not making your argument. Go ahead, Angryman.
No, I'm not making your argument.
Oh, he's not, bro.
Okay, how am I making your argument?
Wait, no. Wait, don't let him go because I want to say this real quick. Let me just add this, and then you can answer Angryman. This is the thing. Women, at the end of the day, you can like women and not like everything that they do. You could agree with something that a woman does and want to be married with a woman and understand that she's flawed and you're flawed. But the thing is that y'all are supposed to be coming together and creating something bigger than both of you. So it needs her and it needs you, and y'all coming together, y'all working together to build something greater. So there's no, it's not in the sense of women are just like, all women are not terrible, all women are not awful. You're supposed to find the woman that aligns with you, that coordinates with you, and that you can collaborate with and build something better with. Go ahead.
So both of you made my argument that
How?
I agree with you. This is where context matters, because I'm in alignment with both of you. But the problem is the women are not staying, and they are not accepting your imperfection. They're not accepting that you're not perfect. They're not accepting those things, right? And the divorce rate and the monumental alarming rate of relationship breakup rate, they're leading that charge because they don't believe in each other. It's self-love above all else. So then when you say you're pro-marriage, last thing I'm gonna land it. When you say you're pro-marriage, you're asking somebody to be pro-marriage to someone who's anti-marriage.
Ruthless.
No, first of all,
and that's a fact. That's a fact. Women are anti-marriage. Because even when they marry, they got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So you can't sit here and keep selling men this dream, these false hopes. Oh, yeah, go out and marry these unstable, always complaining women, right? And this is where, we have to be realistic that when you're selling marriage, you're selling a dream that is very hard to come true.
Hold on.
First of all, all women are not anti-marriage.
Right.
That's number one. Okay. Number one, all
and women are, what I mean by anti-marriage is even if they marry, they got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This is why it's easy for them to leave. This is why it's easy for them to walk away, because they always going into it as, this shit don't go like I want it, I'm out this bitch. Because they're really anti-marriage. They really don't want to marry you. But they do it. A lot of them do it because they just don't want to shame half you niggas. That's why a lot of them do it. They really don't. That's why they leave or make it a hostile environment. So women are completely against really being with men in long-term situations because they just don't think they need men. The end.
Women are not anti-marriage. The reason why a lot of y'all brothers be having problems y'all be having is because, to be truly honest, y'all.
And I understand your position, Angryman. You are a married man. Kudos. But what I'm saying is we are having a war here, a psychological warfare between the dynamics of man and women in these relationships leading to marriage. And women are standing on.
Hold on.
Yes, they're standing on their position. Women are standing in their position. They're fighting for supremacy. They're fighting for economically using a man as an economically tool. They don't even want to even care about personality, none of that. So a lot of men, we don't want to. We see that the women are being more and more selfish to their desires, and we're just not going for it.
But this is the
Do
thing,
you
right?
have any idea?
Hold on,
Do
hold
you
on.
have any idea?
Hold on, real quick, Truck. Hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up, bro?
Do you have any idea how excruciatingly painful it is for me to listen to dudes take some of the talking points I had and push them to the extreme?
I could only imagine, because it's excruciating for me to hear this right now. And shout out to Ruthless, that's my guy. But I could only imagine, bro, that they're taking your concepts and then they're kind of twisting it up and getting it really, really confused. And then it makes it seem like you was pushing for this all along, which this is not at all what you was pushing.
It makes it seem like I'm the progenitor of all of this. Because look, he may not know it, and a lot of people may not know it. But whenever people like Logic and these other dudes jump up here, they be like, "You the one started it, Angryman. It was you. You was saying this stuff."
And that's not.
And I'll be like, "Bro, that's not what I was saying." Like,
so tell them exactly what you were saying. Give me 1 second. Let me read American Tradesman. Then tell them what you were saying. I want to say something real quick. And Trucker, you got it. And then welcome to the show, Say Life Podcast. Ruthless is crazy. I'm about to quack 17 years with my wife, and I'm seriously happy. No Warren.
Because it's the majority of dudes who says these things, and they complain about the women that they don't want. I don't understand. Why do you?
So once again, right, all we're saying, as the women are complaining about the men, saying we're sassy, saying that we're broke, saying that we don't know how to treat them, although they're benefiting from us in a great manner. And the men are saying, we don't want you guys to complain about us. We are more than efficient enough to take care of you. So we're not complaining about the woman in saying that we don't think we can live without women, because there's no movement out here where men are saying they can live without women or they're independent of women. Women are preaching independency. I can live without a man. I don't need a man. I can do it all by myself. I can do this, that. And then when they do encounter men, they say they charge them a certain amount of money. Well, you need to have 6 figures, 6 feet, 6 inches. All these women are preaching the gospel that they believe in, that they only see men as a utilities. So why are these guys arguing with me?
You need to spend all of the time. If you don't like something, why are you participating in it? That's just like saying, like, I don't like color red, and I don't like red hats. But every time,
we're not saying we don't like women. See, we're not saying here that we don't like women. What we're saying as men is that we hear the women. We hear their complaints, right? They're complaining about men, that we ain't shit, that we're sassy, that we're delusional, all these things. And then we turn around and we argue with women about how they should be as women, how they should be this to a man, how they should be feminine to a man, how they should be catering to a man, right? And the women, they disagree. So why do we mess with them? Because we love women, right? We want women. It ain't that we're not sitting here saying we're gay, but we're having the conversation in this YouTube space that we're trying to come to a common ground with the women. We're trying to figure out how, particularly the black men and women, right? How can we figure out to be better with each other? That's what this is all about. But what I am preaching up here is that men like Angryman, Israel Mills, they're preaching 2 sides of the tongue. They're saying on one end, Yeah, these women, they always this. They call us sassy. Dude, they don't know how to treat a man. They're 304s. They're this. They're that. They're this. And then turn around and say, "Hey, just get married. If you find one, get married to him." You can't do both. You can't do both. If you're going to preach marriage and family, you cannot speak against what the women's behavior is, because the women are going to be the way the women are. Period. Women are not going to change. Women are not going back to the 60s or even the 50s or even the 80s, right? Women are just going to move forward. Either you love them, accept them as they are, and marry them, or you stay away, of course.
Time you see me, I got a red outfit on. It doesn't make sense. Ability to make her own choice. What about the choice you're making? What about the ability for you to have your own autonomy? What about you holding that? Don't be mad because I'm not up here to cape for y'all. I've been bashing you Negroes across the head for the longest, but let's just be honest. This is why a lot of y'all can't find the women that y'all want, because of the rhetoric that y'all spit. And the truth,
Don't even want to even care about personality, none of that. So a lot of men, we don't want to. We see that the women are being more and more selfish to their desires, and we're just not. So how is that true? Where did I lie at? Where did I tell a lie? Women are being more selfish to their desires. They're talking about they want to, oh, I can't be with you. If you make 70K, you have a women are saying you can have a right to love somebody, but you won't be loving me, making 70K a year, 80K a year. Women are stating what they desire. Their desire is they want a man that has it all. It's simple. It ain't like, I don't know why y'all up here arguing with me about this. Let's be careful here, right? I know what you guys are saying. Happy wife, happy life, and pandering to women. Okay.
that is nothing what we said. That's nothing what we said.
That's not what I said.
See.
Hey, I'm a brother.
Hold on. I got y'all. That not at all. We didn't say nothing at all close to that. No one said nothing.
Not you, Easy.
Can I get out the ruthless?
Yes, Trucker, you can. They're not even saying nothing close to that, bro. Like, let's.
Yes, they are, because
no, they're not. Come on, you talking about Angryman up there? How you gonna say Angryman is saying happy life, happy wife, happy life? How you gonna say AM is saying that?
Well, let me add my context. If you let me add my context, I will answer your question. Easy. So my point is this, right?
Go ahead.
Angryman is speaking from a double tone, because in one breath he's saying, and I've seen Angryman fight with these women about this problematic behavioral syndrome that they have towards men. And then earlier when I came up here, the women were talking about men hate women. And then now, lo and behold, the men have turned around and said, we hate them. We agree with the women that we do hate them. When that's not what Ruthless is saying. I don't hate women. I love the fact that I can intertwine with them in short gratification. It's a beautiful thing. But we have no problem, and nobody here hates women, right? Nobody's perfect. I understand. I ain't, y'all know my criminal history. I ain't gonna sit up here and say that. I'm not saying that I'm better than women, but what I am saying is this, and I'm gonna land it because everybody gets triggered. All I'm saying is the women seem like they're the ones that don't want to, cater to the men and don't want to be there for the men. Like these men are underperforming. And this is something we have to address as men, and we have been addressing that, yes, can we get married? Yes. But is she going to perform in that marriage? Is she going to perform in that relationship? This is what they're not doing, because they think they're the prize. We tell them they're the prize. And they're like, well, we don't have to do nothing to make that man happy because it's all about our happiness. We do have to agree with this. We don't agree with that now. That self-love, women's self-love is the overarching ideology which they're preaching, meaning self-love is at opposite of selflessness. So how can you guys say that men are
Jesus Christ, bro?
I can tell you how.
Hold on.
And then I said it was wrong. Ain't nothing I said was wrong. Ain't nothing I said was fucking wrong. These women are preaching self-love, which equivalates to selfishness. I just say nothing wrong. These women are saying they don't want to cater to men, that the men need to cater to them, that they think they're the prize, and that the men are telling them the prize. So they're saying, oh, shoot, why I got to run his bathwater? Why I got to go above and beyond for this man that is paying all my bills? Because the guy that's paying their bills, she thinks she deserves this. And so therefore, she doesn't have to return it. She feel like, I'll just do the bare minimum. Hi, boo. Give him some coochie. We Gucci. So I just say nothing wrong. But what it is because the reason why they're triggered, because they don't even really want to, they don't really want to talk or have the conversation in good faith. And that's where we at. They really agree with the women that they should be catering to the women. The women don't have to reciprocate nothing back to them. And that's basically what they're saying.
No, hold on.
I can wait. My bad.
I'm about to pass the mic. I'm about to pass the mic to Trucker next. But give me 1 second. Ruthless.
Need to know what percentage of women is bad women. I have this thing as a grown man that's called discernment. I can look at a woman and say, nah, no, thank you. I can listen to a woman and say, nah.
That have towards men. And then earlier when I came up here, the women were talking about men hate women. And that was how the conversation started. When I came up there, the women were saying men hate women. That's how the conversation started. How did we get to this? Rufus, you're wrong. How did we get to this? So let's hear what we'll go back a little bit more.
You up here insulting people who actually respect and care about marriage the right way.
I don't need to. If I was able to have a conversation with the Almighty, if the Almighty came out here right now, right? I would ask the Almighty, will I win? And if he says yes, cool. I'm not gonna ask him how many times am I gonna win.
Facts.
I'm not gonna ask him what percentage am I gonna win, because I know I only need to win once.
Facts.
You feel me? I only need to succeed at something once. I don't have to sit back and say, well, gee, I wonder how many times I'll be able to climb Mount Everest. I only need to climb it once.
But see, that's the problem though. They want every. I'm sorry. Go ahead. They want guarantees. They want guarantees. Like
Hold on.
Women want guarantees.
Hold on.
And what they don't get, this is the part they don't understand.
The women want guarantees and we want guarantees. You right. You damn right. We want guarantees. When you sign up for marriage, we want guarantees, nigga. She wants guaranteed that you're going to be a provider, that you're going to pay for all her bills and make sure she's taken care of. She wants that guarantee. I want the guarantee of her sitting her ass in that house and loving on me. That's all I want. We only want the money back. I'm not even charging you interest on the money. Just love on me. That's it. Just love on me how I want to be loved on. That's free. And this nigga gonna tell me, well, women want guarantees. Men want guarantees. No motherfucker does, especially when it comes to marriage. Now, relationship, I say neither here nor there, right? That's neither here nor there. But when you talk about putting a ring on it and spending all this money for this wedding and tying it to my assets and my 401k and my financial. Dude, ain't no fucking way. I won't get you damn right. You damn right. What we supposed to get married? Be like, well, maybe she'll stay, maybe she won't. and let me still marry her. And this is why I am anti-marriage, because I don't think women, are in it to win it for the big picture. I think they're in it for what they can get out of it until they're unhappy, then they leave. I think it's more of a business for them, or a quick grab. Where men, they're in it pretty much for the long term, but it's just two different ideologies. And I don't advise anybody to walk down that aisle because it's just too much uncertainty.
Part they don't understand is the only reason women have the entitlement to want a guarantee is because the men are the ones that guarantee it for them. Have to live in uncertainty.
Thank you.
As a man, we have to live in uncertainty, and part of being a man is conquering the uncertainty so that the women will have the security.
So, and that's fine, right? But the women aren't staying. They're still leaving. The women are still complaining. Let me put up the link so somebody might want to come up and have the conversation with me. Walk to the show, hit the like button. Maybe not. Somebody might want to come up. I don't know. Everybody's welcome to come and voice their opinion. Maybe Ruthless is wrong, or is Angryman wrong, or is the panel wrong. But bottom line is, there is no, listen, when you talk about marriage, it's forever for a lot of people, especially for men. We ain't just marrying people just because it's fun. We just ain't marrying because it's a game. Oh, well, let's get married just because, okay, this is so fun. No, we marry. Marriage is very serious and very special for us in this world, right? Because it's the Super Bowl. It's the NBA championship. We play to win. Nobody's getting married to a woman and say, oh, well, I'm going to marry her, but if things go wrong or she acts any kind of way, I'm going to leave her. Nobody's marrying like that. We're marrying to go through whatever it is we've been going through for the 3 years we were with her before we married her. See, that's the thing about marriage. You date, the average person date 2 to 3 years before they get married. And that's the point. That in that 2 to 3 years, you ask yourself, okay, am I willing to go through with this person? Do I love them enough to do this? And then you come to the conclusion, yes, I do. And then that's when you bring out the ring. And that's when she says yes. And that's when y'all go down the aisle. And then that's when y'all lock, because all y'all doing is locking in with each other that we're going to fight for us. We're going to make this work. But women don't have that mentality. They go in it with a different mentality. Their mentality is, as long as I'm happy, as long as I get what I want, as long as he continues to do what I need him to do. But if he doesn't do that, then I'm out. And that's how it rolls. So you saying it's the man's fault?
Hey, Sean, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hey, shout out to M Mills. Hey, what's up, M Mills? Shout out to Coach Ferg. Said my wife can do anything she wants except get with one of you musty niggas. Shout out to Misty Blue. Shout out to Bismillah Rabbana. Shout out to my Sis Wife School podcast. Appreciate you. AM Amazing Direct. I read that one already. Bismillah Rabbana said blanket statements. Bill and Nico said this conversation is cooked. Venus said, I want Ruthless to answer AM question. Why do they need all the men to be anti-marriage for them to be happy? Just don't get married yourself. Yeah, let me pass it to my mans and them. Wall Street Willie, he been up here for a minute, ain't said a word. Wall Street Willie, did you have anything you wanted to add? And then pass it back to Ruthless, and then Sell, you got it after that, and then Trucker, you got it after that.
Yeah, peace to the chat, peace to the panel. I mean, bro, at the end of the day, like,
piggyback on what AM saying, Ruthless, you saying you're worried about, well, what men like you was worried about women, what they saying, what they want to take. First of all, you got
for a subscription. subscription to OnlyFans, I know you just believe whatever online, right? Like you want the special video.
Come on now, Willie.
Been moved past that. And every time someone says something to you, you keep jumping back to those old talking points. Many of those talking points are
It's cellulite, then you, and then trucker. And then what's up, Bolo? Welcome to the show, Bolo.
It's just a really quick question. Yo, Wall Street, are you saying that a lot of these dudes is out here believing the girlfriend experience?
Absolutely.
Yo, like not only that, but when you go further than that, AM, they're believing these women that you and I know are lying. I don't need no man, and I'm just doing fine on my own. And we know the interactions they have with our wives.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Some of us have female friends that'll tell us, I don't understand. Don't even really offend me. Like I'm saying to you as a brother, you just sound real weak. Don't even really offend me. Like I'm saying to you as a brother, you just sound real weak. Like when you go into it with the mindset that, oh, it's more than like, are not in this fear of losing that woman. Why? Because we know the value that we have, right? And it's not even just monetary. Like AM was right. They really don't want to be alone. And see, what happened was a lot of you goofies started believing the stuff y'all see on Facebook. Oh, I'm happier alone, and I don't need no. And then 2 videos later, she's crying, I just don't know how I have to deal with this, right? You be believing these broads online. I know that. If somebody had paid for a subscription to OnlyFans, I know you just believe whatever online, right? Like you want the special video.
Come on now, Willie.
That was just right? So I'm saying, yo, I believe in these broads, man.
You came with another
I
question.
ask you a question.
Okay, cool. All I want to know from the men on the panel and whoever can help, are you guys? Because I think AM say, it's the man's fault. The man needs to do this, be better, get better, which is red pill. Am I under the assumption that we as men have to take responsibility for women's actions? Now that to me, I think is a very unfair and unequivocal state of mind. Right now, can we try to keep the furtherance of the relationship or the marriage going? Yes. Well, we do understand that a woman is a slave to her emotions. We understand that her feelings and what makes her feel great rules her. We understand that if this is compromised, right? That
no, I don't understand none of that. I don't understand.
Hold up, Willie, let him finish. Willie, let him finish. Willie, let him finish.
Come on, man.
So with that being said, because we understand that women are emotionally attached to the way they feel and how they move, that they live for the moment and not for the past or the future, then we can't be cognizant that say, oh, well, man, you're responsible for this person who you're responsible for her, but she is responsible for the way she feels. So therefore, if I, as a man, say to my woman, hey, let's go, we're going to do this. We're going to make this journey because I love you and you're everything, da-da-da. And she says, I'm not happy anymore. Are you saying that's my fault? And I have to hear this in a way where I think you guys can come out of your delusion.
Ruthless, check this out. Ruthless.
Angryman, answer that first.
Check this out, Ruthless. Check this out.
You got AM. I'll answer it to you. You got it.
Check this out, Ruthless. I can't have a conversation with you about LeBron James in 2025 if you want to talk about his stats from 2019. Like this conversation isn't going to move forward if you keep jumping back to 2019 red pill manosphere talking points, bro. Because that's all you doing. All you doing is jumping back every time someone says something logically, because the conversation has moved past that. A lot of y'all niggas in the space haven't got the memo. The conversation has been moved past that. And every time someone says something to you, you keep jumping back to those old talking points. Many of those talking points are irrelevant today. You do realize that, right?
I didn't get it from that. That's my personal assessment.
Well, let me answer you for Angryman.
Now, women being enslaved to their emotions and how they feel is relevant to today, and will always be until they die. That's never going to change about women. The way they feel, that's important to them, and they will, as we see with evidence, they will destroy the home to chase their happiness. Simple. I don't know what he's talking about.
The computer making that noise right before you said something is nasty work, bro.
Let me hold on, let me answer you. Let me answer you for Angryman. The answer is no. You're not responsible for no woman and what she thinks and what she does. Go ahead. Say like what say you?
Okay, so here's before I answer the question that you asked me earlier, Izzy, and you're gonna have to re-ask me after I make this statement to answer Ruthless. First of all, Ruthless, nothing was ever said in anything that I said, I know specifically anything that AM said, about men being responsible for a woman's emotions or actions. What concerns me the most about it is that we're talking about men and you still focused on women. Do you not think that's a problem?
I'm not saying it's a problem where the focus is, but we do have to acknowledge that women are emotionally unstable.
Wait.
Again,
No.
Wait,
You got to answer. Hold on, real quick. You got to stick to Sel's question. He said, "Don't you think that it's problematic that we're talking about men and you keep trying to steer it back to what women do, and we're talking about men right now? You don't think that that's problematic?" That's what Sel is asking.
No, it's not problematic because you're putting the foot of the bill on us when it's out of our control.
Aren't men supposed to be the leaders?
Yes,
aren't men supposed to be responsible?
Yes.
Okay, so why wouldn't the bill be back on you? We're talking about men.
Because we cannot control her way she feels.
But we're not talking about women though. This has nothing to do with women. This is absolutely, when it comes to responsibility and accountability, we're talking about you as a man. I'm not talking about the woman, because the woman has nothing to do with you as a man. Because guess what? Regardless if the woman is there or not, you still got to be a man.
That's a fact.
So my question still stands. Why is it that anytime we are talking about men, or in this particular time, we're talking about men, you're still dead set on women? And then I got to answer that question that Izzy asked. So go ahead. Can you please answer that real quick, Ruthless?
Because on the premise when I came up here, that's what we were talking about. And then you guys flipped it over to the men.
Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. You know what? I'll play the game.
This is crazy. You can't teach a person that. You can't teach a blind man or describe a sunset to a blind man, brother.
Hold on. I'll play the game with you. I'll play the game with you. Since you want to keep jumping back to them talking points, let's get it. So number one, no, you're not responsible for a woman's happiness any more than she's responsible for your happiness. Individuals have to be able to cultivate their own happiness, right? However, this is where the problem is at. You keep talking about, oh, well, if I get with this woman and I say, hey, let's do this thing, and then all of a sudden she says she's not happy and she wants to leave, so what?
Thank you.
Thank
you.
So what?
Jesus.
I've been told that 7 months ago.
Oh my God.
If you are a man that is about your business, and here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing, because a lot of y'all will say, well, if the woman leave and she take this and she take that, bro, most of the time when the relationship is over, most of us men will walk away from everything.
I told him that too.
Because we don't we don't even want it. You can have that. We good.
We did it once. We did it once. We could do it again. I told him that 7 months ago. Hold on.
And then in addition to that, the only men that are worried about losing a woman is a man that took forever or had difficusty getting one in the first place.
Come on now.
Preach.
What is
man?
That was good.
Come on.
Good.
Ain't no real dude And I'm talking about the real dudes that was outside, out here in the world doing their thing. Ain't no real dude worried about losing no woman.
Told him this.
So, and once again, right, he's speaking from a player versus a non-player perspective. But you can't sit here and tell me that all these women leaving these wealthy men, leaving these middle-class men, leaving these average men because they, ain't no man worried about losing. Of course, a man is worried about losing this woman because she's the love of his life and she's a heavy investment. Let's keep it real. Money matters. Money matters. I don't know why we pretended like it don't. You do been paying bills for 10 years and she walks away from him. That's a lot. Plus his feelings are hurt. So, I mean, come on, man. Y'all act like we ain't human. See? Like, oh, so what she leave? We got 3 kids. We've been together 12 years. And so what? Just take it. Just take the kids and get a new stepdaddy. I don't care. Forget that. That shit, nobody want to break up their family. Nobody wants to see their family broken apart. Nobody wants to see the woman that they love and invest in walk away. Like, oh, we shouldn't be worried about that. There should always be a worry there because a lot of temptation is very powerful.
Hold on, Rufus, hold on, because it's still on me. It's still on me, Rufus. So to piggyback a little bit, and then I have to answer Izzy's question. To piggyback on what AM's saying, Rufus, you saying you're worried about what men like you was worried about women, what they saying, what they want to take. First of all, you got to think that you have to acknowledge the fact that in reality, the majority of these dudes ain't got nothing to take for the woman to even leave with.
Ooh,
That's crazy.
So hold on, wait, Rufus.
Well, it could be they got nobody want their kids everywhere. Right? What you mean? Nobody got nothing to take. They got kids. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That was Ruthless. Hold on. I gotta answer Izzy's question. Now, Izzy, what was the question you asked me?
Yo, basically what I was saying is, because they're gonna say this goes back to your mama's black. You know what I'm saying? Basically the premise that we blaming men for everything. So what's the difference between your mama's black and the thing that you said earlier about taking accountability as a man? Just real briefly, if you could go into that.
So yeah, my mother is black. I would never not acknowledge the fact that my mother is black. But when it comes down to my statement about how it is that these dudes would say that they hate these women, that includes their mother. All the things that you have to say about women, how they 304s, how they this and that includes your mother. Your mother wasn't the only one that slept with one man either. She slept with multiple men too. So that includes your mother. So if you have all of this hatred towards women, reflect that back to your mother. This is what I mean by holding that mirror up, right? Because when it comes to being a grown man, regardless of what my mama do or don't do, regardless of what my wife does or does not do, guess what? I still got to be a man. I don't care if I lose it all tomorrow. If Raw tell me tomorrow right now, it's over. I don't want to be with you no more. Guess what? Guess what I got to do? I still got to be Will. I still got to be Cellular. I still got to make things happen. I still got these kids I'm responsible for. You see what I'm saying?
All I know is this. All I know is this. In my lifetime, I've had numerous long-term relationships. And if I cohabitated with that woman and we broke up, most of the time I walked away from whatever. And you know what I found out at the end of the day when everything is said and done?
It's better that
no
way.
matter what that woman ended up with, no matter what that woman walked away from the relationship with, the only thing she ended up missing was me, nigga.
Facts. That's a fact. Yo, my man.
Why I'm worried about a woman leaving or what she might get if she leave. You feel what I'm saying? If she goofy enough to leave a dude that's solid, a dude that's a good man, if that's her loss.
That's her loss. That's
how I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
Regardless. Yeah. With or without you. Hey, let me pass the mic to Bolo. What's going on, my brother Bolo?
What's
then
going on,
Willie, then Trucker. What's good? What's good?
Y'all's cooking, man. AM, you cooking. So you like you cooking. Here's the crazy thing. That average at best with Samuels, that was just a projection of what men are, what these cats are. You know, it's crazy how mediocrity is the new standard for these cats. These cats spend 38,000 hours talking about women they don't want, spend 2 minutes on the women they do want. It's crazy. You sound just like the women that you're complaining about. You're no different. And the crazy thing about it is how you feel affects how you see. You see how AM, Cellulite, Izzy, Wall Street, everyone hit him with logic, and the only thing that he could see was feelings. How you feel affects how you see. So if you're hurt, you're going to see the world through hurt eyes. You have to understand, nothing in this world is guaranteed. Name one thing that's guaranteed. You walk outside the street and a brick fall on your head. So why are you talking about marriage as if it should be guaranteed? Nothing is guaranteed. When you
except for death, Bolo. Death
is definitely. So when you vet a woman, all it does is put you in a better position to make a better decision.
Come on
That's
now.
all it does. You hold. Cats keep thinking getting the woman is the easy part. Maintaining them is the hard part, my G.
Fact.
And this is what it is. You cats don't want to work. You cats want to stay broken. You want to, and then you want women to give you something that they have every right to ask. What am I submitting to? You got nothing for me to submit to. You got no leadership. You got no cognitive thought. You got no direction. You have nothing. But you want me to submit to that? You got to be out your damn mind. And this is the sad thing. And the reason why we put it on the men, because the earth, sin came when Adam ate the fruit.
Come on,
God
now.
ain't the father of Mary. He's the father of Isaac.
Put it all on the man. Oh, this is why we put it on the men. It ain't on us for that woman to be happy. You contradicted yourselves. Angryman said, well, it ain't on us to keep the women happy. It ain't on us to keep the women happy. And then Bolo comes and say, well, it is on the men. Right? You worshiping these women. You guys are selling marriage to these men. Y'all selling a bad deal. Just admit it. Y'all sold a bad deal. Y'all lying to these men in the manner of, oh, well, you get married, you know, maybe not. It might happen. It might not. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Then why are you selling something? If you don't know, if it's not guaranteed, why are you selling marriage? If a person asks me, Rufus, do you think I should get married? I say, look, man, I'm not going to tell you should get married. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't get married. I'm going to tell you you need to make the proper assessment when you're dealing with these women, right? It's a very high risk, low reward type of situation. But I'm not going to, yeah, man, go ahead and do it, man. Why not? Go ahead. Because to me, marriage is just so uncertain. There's so much uncertainty in it. It's so unbalanced, right? The woman has all the leverage, and she's incentivized to leave because she has access to your assets, your 401k, anything you got. That's why women don't want to marry a broke man, because if she leaves with nothing. That's why she demands a man have a lot of money, so when she get ready to leave him, she can take a lot of money with her, or at least, change enough to sustain her. If women really cared about marriage, they wouldn't care how much money you got, because they're going to stay with you, and then y'all going to work it out, and y'all going to make it happen. But because women are under self-preservation and they're going to do what it takes to secure their future, they won't marry unless you make a certain amount of money and be able to take care of them. So at any moment, if they change their mind and want to leave, they're going to benefit. They're going to take from you and move on. They already know they're going to get the kids. So that they ain't thinking about that. Now they figure out they want you to have a nice income for them, so they know that, hey, if I leave his ass, I'm at least going to get this much a month, plus this house, plus that. Women, that's what, for marriage, for women, marriage is a business. 90% of women's wealth come from divorces. 90% of their wealth. So they're looking to come up. Duh. But men, we're not looking to come up. We're looking forever, right? We're looking forever, ever. And this is why the men don't leave as much, because we believe in the nuclear family. We think the kids have the best chance. I mean, we got all these theories, but the women, they don't care. If I'm not happy, I'm out. I'm not happy here no more. Bye.
Jacob and Abraham, the men. This is why it comes back. And even when you're married, when they mess up, we still take the L. You know why? Because you're the head. Stop asking for kingship, and then when it comes with the accountability and the responsibility, you cats don't want it. Every time we talk about men, you bring women up. Why?
That sounds so
Why are
true.
you bringing women up when we're talking about men?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Well, we really weren't talking about the men, right? We really weren't talking about the women, complaining about the men. That's what the whole conversation was about. But y'all turn it to the men because y'all want to worship these women so bad. Y'all and preach. You guys are trying to get everybody to be like you guys and continue to pander to these women. And I don't think that's the best for our community.
Come on, one mic. Let them know.
So the point is this, man. I'm gonna let you have it. The point is this.
Hold on, Rufus.
And I'm gonna let you have it, Ruthless. Stop functioning in your dysfunction, thinking that you're functional.
This nigga, what are you talking about? Stop functioning in your dysfunction. The fuck? I don't know what that means. Stop functioning in your dude. If I'm not talking about getting a girl to let us go rob banks, let us go and do, let us sell drugs. But if we do, that's what we do. Oh well, it is what it is. But bottom line is, marriage is something that is for men a bad deal, and we're losing at an all-time alarming rate. And these dudes up here want us to keep taking this bad deal, and that's the deal. They want us to operate in a dysfunctional house, which ends up in a dysfunctional position of co-parenting. What the fuck?
This is the problem now. Cats is dysfunctioning, thinking that they operating on 100% when they operating on a real dude, like AM said, a dude that's on his thing and direction, character. He has no problem with getting a shorty. I promise you he don't. So don't say it's anecdotal from married men and all. These men that are married right now, if they got divorced, they bag up any chick today.
Come on,
Stop that, man. Stop that conversation. The same thing you did back then.
Yeah, bag up any chick tomorrow. And that's, once again, we suckers because we keep going for the same thing over and over again.
When we were single, is the same thing you do now. The problem is you guys ain't that lyrical understanding to massage a woman's temple. Y'all don't got that. The only thing y'all look at is the physical. The physical is simple, my G. The mental is where the fight starts. The mental is where it gets down. Because when you got a woman's brain, you got her body, dog. And that's the problem with you dudes. You dudes are so damn lazy, y'all don't want to put the work in. Anything that God's going to give you, anything that's worth keeping, anything. That's why the Lord said a woman, you get a good woman, she's far worth more than rubies, diamonds. Why? Because those things were hard to get. You got to dig deep for those things. And sometimes even when you're in the hole, you still fighting. You dudes.
But the women saying they want to be independent. They don't need a man. They don't want to be found. So I'm not going to find her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for, listen, women do not make men valuable, right? They don't make our value. Is it nice to have a woman around? Yes. But I'm still great whether she's there or not. I don't need a woman to live. I don't need a woman to be whole. I don't. It isn't, but is it ideal that I want to have a woman around that I can have fun with? Yes. But this is the thing, right? These things are not happening. Men and women are not having fun together. They're living in misery. We can't get along. It's like we can't get along with these women because they're chasing something when they already have the thing that they need. They think they chase more. We have to constantly remind them. Like I said, if a man want to sign up to try to raise a grown woman, I have no problem. Hey, do you, homie? I'm not going to judge you. If you want to sign up for that, job, trying to fight with your woman to keep her away from the temptations of the world, from the lust of her eyes, from her feelings and her emotions, being deceived, fine, go ahead and sign up for that. But we see that it's a losing battle because the women, because they have so much rights and so many support behind them, and they're easily influenced by outside resources, that they tend to lean to out here. I don't need a man. I'm going to do this all by myself. This is what they're leaning towards. So when we as men get into a relationship with these women, this is what we're up against. A woman being captive of her emotional and the way she feels. And it's a tough job. But, we don't really need to sign up for that, though. That is something that marriage is not absolute, right? Marriage is not something that we have to sign up for, right? It's not something that we need to do. You don't need to be married to be a man. You don't need to be married to be happy, because you can get a woman and not marry her and still enjoy it while it lasts. So preaching marriage is the absolute is the problem I have with.
Want a finished woman. The God ain't gonna give you no finished woman the same way he ain't gonna give you no finished man.
Hey, because it's about mind. So you ain't gotta take.
Right now, hey, you just gonna go top of that, is you? Hey, Phil, you trying to push the nigga down in the dirt, huh? Ain't you want to shoot?
The question is, Ruthless, did you learn?
Let them go ahead.
So here's the thing, right?
Let them.
I don't know what Bolo talking about, right? Bolo crazy. Is this
what?
Listen,
what? Wait. Hold on now.
The joke.
Okay. I'm about to say all that fire he does spit. You talking about? You don't know what talking about? He crazy.
He revealed himself.
It was just kind of an entertainment thing, right? So what I'm saying is, I don't mean he's literally crazy. What I'm saying is this, right?
I don't know that
all this sounds so melodramatic and so but too bad the women don't feel the same way. Right?
And it just,
oh my God. Oh my God.
You see what I mean now, Izzy? You see what I mean now?
Oh my God.
Blind man, yo.
Izzy, do you see what I mean now?
You can't describe
this is, Izzy, I want you to remember this. Izzy, I want you to remember this. There is a generation of men. There's a generation of men. Excuse me. There's a generation. I get you. You saying BS. There's a generation of men who are literally dead set on
and this is why men will continue to lose with women, because it's all about catering to her, making sure she's happy, and we don't have no demands for ourselves. We don't demand any respect. We don't demand anything from them. Just be beautiful, baby. And do whatever you gotta do. If you leave, okay, sure, I'll get another woman. So it is what it is. And what I'm saying is fine. That's fine, and I'm cool with that. But my ultimate point is, you don't have to marry, right? And if you marry them, you are given into a possibility of someone who's unstable. I don't have to sign up for that. We can be cordial. We can have a good time with each other. We don't have to. I'm not paying no $60,000 for no wedding, or $100,000 or $200,000. None of that. You know what I mean? I'm none of that. Thank you for coming to the show. I'm in the stream. Have a good morning. Hit the like button on your way out the door. So sub me on Twitch. Thank y'all.